Hey there, Cancer. How's it going? Hope everything's going good with you and yours. We're going to be looking at your week of March 28th, 2022, your weekly reading. Just as a little heads up before we get started, this is, we're going to be moving in as we do every quarter. So Cancer, your readings next week are going to be starting on Sunday for the next quarter. So just giving you a heads up for that so you don't end up showing up on Thursday, I mean, like, where are my readings? Why is this Earth signs? What is going on? Did I miss them? It's just going to be moved to Sunday. So without further ado, let's get into this here. We got, for your weekly reading, we got Judgment, the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Star here in your top row. And what do we got? Oh, we got the Tower popping out for you. We got another pop out for you here, the Four of Wands. And what else do we have here? You got the Eight of Swords. And your bottom of your deck, something you need to be watching out for this week, is the Five of Pentacles here. All right. So here we are. We got Judgment, the Empress, the Queen of Swords, the Star, Tower, Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. That Five of Pentacles we're watching out, though, is definitely watching negativity here at this time for sure, because the Five of Pentacles really challenges you to focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. As you can see, these two here, they're pretty scuffed up, banged up here, and it really is challenging you to really focus on your strengths at this time. It could also be saying you might be running into a little bit of financial difficulty this week as well here. But I don't feel like it's going to be anything too major. I feel like this is going to be something that's going to pass quite quickly here. So yeah, but still, I would just be aware money might be a little tight this week. And again, I feel like focus on the positives. I think that'll help you really get through this. But for your reading as a whole here, I see a lot of commitment to change for sure. Like, there's definitely some commitment. Definitely being honest with ourselves as well here. Yeah, that Eight of Swords too. Like, okay, that really goes with that Five of Pentacles for sure. With the Eight of Swords, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. But with Judgment and the Tower here, definitely committing to change for sure. The Tower is a change that needs to happen. And like I said, I feel like you're being really honest with yourself with that Queen of Swords over here for sure. And the Empress, because the Empress is all of the queens put together. So that Queen of Swords, that honesty, that kind of clarity, kind of looking at things in like their truest sense, right? That's really being definitely doubled up on you for this week for sure. So I would really be looking at things in an honest, like, hey, is this helping me out? Is this something I really want in my life? You know, that kind of an idea. I think that's really going to be important for you here this week especially. So I like that a lot. But yeah, I feel like you're committing to change. I feel like there's definitely something you see in your life that needs changing. That you're definitely like, yeah, if I'm not going to get, like, I'm not going to get happiness. I'm not going to get the things I want in my life unless I, you know, change these things, right? And which is really interesting because we have like the Tower and the Star here, right? And the Star represents all your wishes come true, you know, having all of your dreams come true, you know, when you wish upon a star, of course, here. So, you know, I feel like there's something you desperately want to come true, and you can't get to this unless you go through the Tower first, right? Because Tower, of course, is 16 and the Star is 17. So you need to go through the Tower. You need to make this change first. And like I say, I feel like you're committing to that with Judgment here. Like, I feel like that's definitely for sure. Could be something to do with love with that Four of Wands. Because the Four of Wands talks about love and marriage, as you can see with these people. But you can also look at the Four of Wands as sort of a portal, a gateway here. You can look through this arch and see, like, that's the future. Like, they're inviting you, like, come and celebrate. Go join us in the future here. And I feel like that might be something you're really considering. Like, what is this future wish you want to have come true? And I feel like you're really thinking about how can I get there with the Empress and the Four of Wands. Because it's ultimately, I feel ultimately like what you're trying to get to is like you're trying to get to that abundance, to that beauty, to that beautiful life in the future for yourself, and, you know, again, possibly love, but it could also just be happiness as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be love here, but it very well could be. So I like that. And again, with that Empress, that abundant mindset, that, you know, using that energy, and the Empress really tells us to focus on the positives, right? And I feel like you're in that energy, and the Five of Pentacles is going to really challenge you to keep that up all week, and, you know, forevermore in the future as well, right? But especially this week, I feel is like really challenge yourself to focus on abundance, focus on the good, and focus on making sure that you're not in that negative mind space here. With the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Swords here as well, again, there's that clarity we were talking about as well. Could be dealing with an air sign this week too. with the Queen of Swords, as the Queen of Swords represents Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, the air signs. The star card is also Aquarius's card, so you definitely could be dealing with an Aquarius this week. Maybe this is the person you kind of have your eye on. And don't worry about like gender, whatever you're attracted to. It's just energy, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be female. But the Queen of Swords definitely is that person who's honest, open, has clarity, knows where they're going, knows where they want to be. I feel like that's really you this week more than anything, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. With the Eight of Swords here as well, I was talking about that, how that really went with the Five of Pentacles as well, because we were talking about, for those of you who might be dealing with potentially financial woes, the Five of Pentacles, it talks about, you know, those challenges, financial challenges. The Eight of Swords talks about self-imposed restrictions. So maybe this financial challenge you're coming through this week could be you putting a limit on yourself. You trying to save up some money, you trying to, you know, not be so impulsive or something, like when it comes to spending and such. You know, I'm very guilty of that myself. So trust me, I know what that feels like, but maybe this week it's really putting an emphasis on that for you. So let's look into some clarifiers for you, clarify this up, and then we'll tie everything off with an oracle message at the end of the video here. Spike jumped up on the table. That was that little shake you saw earlier. But let's get into your clarifiers here, Cancer. All right, and see what we got. We got the Ace of Wands, the Sun, lovely. The Queen of Swords, again, clarifying yourself. That's very strong. Very, very strong. And let's get your bottom row here as well. Got the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, we're definitely feeling that Empress energy, that abundance with the Queen of Pentacles here now. But yeah, I want to draw attention to the Queen of Swords, who has repeated and clarify herself, which is very strong. That's very much like, pay attention to this. Pay attention, like maybe you're dealing with an air sign this week. Maybe that's who you got your eye on, possibly. That's if you're looking for love here. Maybe, geez Louise, got cats trying to play with cords over here. We got that with the Sun here as well, really talking about like that happiness. Like you're really focusing in on happiness. Like I feel like this is the person you want. I love that the Sun came out between the Empress and the Queen of Swords too. That's like super beautiful, because that's really saying like that's what you need to do to be happy, is focus on the abundance, focus on the clear goals in your mind. What are you trying to accomplish? Is it love? Is it marriage? Is it, you know, is it something along those lines? Is it even just career? Like, what is the thing you're trying to work on here? Maybe with this Five of Pentacles, it may not necessarily be material things in terms of like money and such, but it might be something in terms of like your physical world, like your diet or your health. Maybe you're trying to work on yourself so that you're in better shape, so you feel better about yourself, and then that confidence, you know, reflects out and draw somebody in, right? Because then they see how good you're looking, how confident you feel in your own skin, and they're like, oh, that's great. I want to be with Cancer. They look great. They look like they're feeling themselves, like they're feeling their own energy. They're, you know, purposely putting out positivity out here as well. And I feel like that's going to really help you out a ton. With the Queen of Pentacles here as well, I love that, because the Queen of Pentacles, he feeds into that even so more, because she wants to cultivate, like with that Eight of Swords and the Four of Wands, with her, you know, clarifying both of them, it's really saying working on being, you know, a little more, you know, kind of tight burst, or working on being a little more disciplined here and using that to your advantage so that you find the happiness in the future. And the Queen of Pentacles is that cultivator, the gardener of life, right? She really works on, you know, not necessarily forcing something to become good or something the way like the gear card Cancer, the Chariot would. Like we go out and like, I'm just going to make this happen. The Queen of Pentacles is more like a gardener. She's gonna like plant seeds and then see like how they're growing and nurture who needs to be nurtured, and let, you know, the other ones stand on their own 2 feet. And like I really feel like that's gonna help you out here in the long run. With that Eight of Cups too, I love that journey, just coming in here messing everything up like a jerk. I love that Eight of Cups here as well with the Tower, because it's saying you're walking away from something, that change, you're making that change and walking away from the past version of yourself, whatever that may be, and working into this future, this happiness. That's what you're really going for, which is absolutely beautiful as well. And with the Ace of Wands, like this is a great time to start this as well. This is a wonderful, like, let's go. This is a great idea for you here, Cancer. This is really beautiful, and it's going to lead to nothing but happiness. I love this. This is beautiful. So good, Cancer. Let's tie this all off with an oracle card. Send you home happy, or keep you home happy wherever you may be watching this at this time. Are you home watching this? Let me know if you are. If you're out on the road watching this, like, I don't usually, when I see tarot readings. People are doing it in the comfort of their own home. But we got the Fork in the Road card here, number 13, to wrap you up here and send you on your way. What do we got here, Cancer? The Fork in the Road card. The cord. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and your choice alone to make. Circumstances and others, people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So I feel like that's great. That's always nice to see that there's no wrong answer, really. So like if you're thinking of like, I'm going to try this diet, or I'm going to try that diet, or try this budget, or try that budget, I feel like there is no wrong choice if you're looking to improve yourself in that regard. I just feel like as long as you're focused and being positive and taking action, as long as you're making a decision, you're moving forward in a good way. So hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated with you. You can do all that fun stuff. If you really liked what I did here, like liking the video, whooping that thumbs up button helps out a ton. Subscribing to the channel if you like what I really do here and you want to stick around, see more of what I do. And you can also share the video too. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos after this one, and I'll see you next time.